Hi everybody, my name is Dean and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, before we jump straight into the vlog, I just want to say Happy New Year. 2025 has finally arrived and I thought this is the perfect opportunity to put out my first vlog of 2025 that's going to give you some tips to help you make 2025 such a productive year for you. So let's jump straight into tip number one. Okay guys, I'm going to start with time because undoubtedly, gentlemen, time is your most valuable asset and it's something that you can never get back. It's slipping through your fingers minute by minute. Now the harsh reality is that we waste so much time on things that simply don't matter, you know, distractions or sitting around watching television or chasing approval from other people. And meanwhile, the clock is ticking non-stop. It doesn't stop for you. Now you can make more money, you can rebuild a relationship, but wasted time, that's something that's gone forever and you're simply not able to get that back. Okay, so what can you do? Well, first of all, you need to build a daily routine that aligns with your goals. This will effectively time block your day and it will put you in control of the clock. So how can you do this? Well, first thing that you should do every single day is write down a list of all the goals that you need to achieve that day. Once you've got your goals down on paper, you then need to prioritise them by order of importance, the most important to the least important. Once you've got those listed in order of importance, you then need to allocate time for each goal. Now, the biggest time killer for sure that I've seen throughout my professional life is distractions. People just seem so easily distracted, and that's where you're going to change. You're not going to be that person. You are just going to be 100% honed in and focused on your goals. Now let's imagine that your first goal you allocate 3 hours to achieve, and you actually achieve that goal in 2 hours 30 minutes. That isn't 30 minutes that you can then just waste, that you can just flutter away. That 30 minutes you're going to use in one of your other goals, or maybe you're going to save it up and at the end of the day you're going to use that 30 minutes to help you on the goals that you're going to set yourself for the next day. But remember guys that it's important that you don't waste a single moment. Every single moment wasted is just a moment of regret instead of a moment closer to hitting your goals. Okay, point number 2, nobody is coming to save you. Look, here's the truth guys. Life isn't fair. No one is going to come along and bail you out. Not your friends, not your boss, and certainly not society. Now, if you're sitting around waiting for someone just to pass you success on a plate, you'll be waiting forever. The world owes you nothing. If you want something, you're the one who has to get it. Now, this might sound brutal what I'm about to say, but it's actually very liberating. If you can change your mindset and start taking full responsibility for your life, you're the one who's going to be in control and you won't be playing this victim card any longer. Now, I recently had an interesting conversation, sad conversation, but interesting at the same time, with a friend who's recently separated from his wife and he needs more money. And he was moaning that he's not earning enough money in his current job, and he feels that maybe the employer should pay him more so he can then get his own place and pay his bills, etc. And I gave him a reality check and I said, it's got nothing to do with your employer. Your employer is paying you the correct salary for the job that you're doing. You work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. You've got a whole bunch of hours after you finish your main job where you can go and turn those hours into cash so that you can achieve the goals that you just said, that you want to get another place for yourself and you want to be able to pay your bills. Nobody's going to come along. This guy was playing the victim card, but I'm hoping that I change his mentality. So what's your call to action on this? Well, start asking yourself, what is the one area of your life that secretly you've been waiting for someone else to fix? Then take that first step to resolve it, no matter how small it is, because it's very liberating and it will start to get you in control of your life. Okay, let's face it, you're going to get rejected. And yes, it's going to hurt. But here's the thing, it's supposed to. Every single person that you admire has faced failure. But what separates them is that they didn't quit. They learned, they adapted, and they kept going. Now, rejection doesn't define you. It should refine you. Okay, so the next time that you have a rejection or a setback, don't sit there moaning to yourself and, oh, why me? Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn? Reflect, adjust, and move forward, guys. Okay, the fourth point that I want to discuss is your appearance and behaviour and how that affects how people treat you. Now, we're all pretty much taught not to judge a book by the cover, but in reality, every single one of us does that. Your appearance and your behaviour, the way that you carry yourself, sets the tone for how others perceive you. Now, from an appearance point of view, I'm not talking about the vanity side of appearance. I'm simply talking about respect. Respect for yourself and respect for others around you. So what I mean by that is if you're sloppy or you carry yourself poorly, people will just assume the same about your character. However, on the flip side, if you're confident and your composure is very controlled, this will command respect. Okay, so what can you do to improve in this area? Well, start small, but stand up straight. Maintain eye contact. Make sure your clothes are neat. Make sure your shoes are cleaned. The whole purpose of this is that when you walk in a room, you want your presence to speak before you do. Okay, here's a tough one. But your comfort zone, it's a trap. It feels safe, but it's actually holding you back. I want you to get into your head, guys, that growth requires discomfort. Whether you want to learn a new skill, whether there's a difficult conversation that you got to start, or you simply want to take a risk. Nothing worthwhile happens in your comfort zone. The longer that you stay comfortable, the harder it's going to be for you to leave. And the price for that? Regret. So what can you do to get yourself out of that comfort zone? Well, simply challenge yourself daily. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. Just start with small steps. Maybe try something new, face a fear that you've got, or even just push yourself that little bit harder. Now, gents, I know that these truths might be hard to hear, but trust me, ignoring them is even harder. Accepting them won't make your life easier, but it will definitely make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for any challenges that lie ahead. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. If you have enjoyed today's vlog, please remember to hit that like button. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do, and it really helps us to continue to grow. Anyway, enjoy whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, and I'll get back to you again soon.